Hello everybody, it's Jareth, and guess what? I'm still working on this compost. Butterfly, you look so pretty. Look at her, y'all. I just saw her. I had to say something to her. She's happy. Look, Butterfly. That's Mama's Butterfly. Y'all, it's been 21 days and I have not seen any sign of heat. So fingers crossed, we're gonna have a little mini cow in April. All right, now back to this compost. All right, I want to be true blue honest with you. I've never done a hot compost. This is my first hot compost that I've attempted to do. We've done cold compost, and then a lot of my compost I get from vermicomposting, and I'm going to show y'all that in a little bit. But let's look at this compost. We flipped it. We've added the chicken manure. We've added the sawdust, and let's see how hot it is. All right, so I guess maybe right here, stick it down. Ooh. Turn it around so we can see it. Come on, baby, heat up. Look at there. So, the temperature has not changed. So, what does that mean? That means that we don't have enough nitrogen in here. I'm not going to say we don't have enough carbon, because I'm pretty sure we have enough carbon, because he put a whole bucket load of carbon in here. The sawdust is considered the carbon. So we only put a wagon load of the nitrogen in here, and that was the chicken manure. So you can use greens like grass clippings, stuff out of the garden. So the squash is pretty much played out. So I'm fixing to go and cut the squash, and I'm going to take the tractor and I'm going to open this back up, and I'm going to put that in there. I might take down the tomatoes too, because they pretty much played out. I'm not getting anything off those, a few here and there, but I've got some tomatoes coming up. I started them a little bit too late. I should have done it sooner, but I didn't. So we're going to work on this compost. And you're probably wondering, why are you worried about hot? Because we've done cold compost, where we just pile it up and let it break down on its own, and it does a good job, but it just takes a long time. And then, but our main compost is the vermicompost with the worm castings. You can't beat that, guys. And my worms has multiplied like crazy. I really have too many worms in that worm bin, but I have to build me another thing to separate them. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right here, and I'm going to answer a question. Okay, I don't know if y'all know Still In Ya. I think he's from Australia, Homestead. He told me, he commented on the first video, and he said, why don't you just put worms in it and let them break it down? Okay, this is why I'm not going to put worms in it, because I want it to be a hot compost. Anything over 96 degrees will kill worms. So with cold composting, you will have like the natural worms that come up out of the ground that comes up into the compost and feeds, and they will live as long as you don't create a hot compost. So when a compost gets over 96 degrees, it's killing the worms, so they can't survive in there. So, but in order to kill the grass seeds and disease, like if it had some plants that was put in here that was diseased, in order to kill those, this compost has to reach 160 degrees. And guys, we are gonna get it there. If you hang with me, we're gonna dig and dig and dig and put in here till we get it. So now let's go cut the greens out the garden. Hey, I come over here to the garden, cut this out. I want y'all to look. Look up in the garden. Can you see that? Let me see if I can walk up closer. If you don't run. That's a tame rabbit. That's one of our rabbits that's out. What you doing? Huh? What you doing? You're in my garden? Are you digging? Huh? What you doing? I don't know if you're a girl or a boy. But you sure are pretty. Yes, you are. It's like a tunnel in here. This is where the butter beans are. But see these? I'm going to pick these dried beans, and that's going to be my beans for next year. Letting them dry on the thing. Okay, this is the zucchini that didn't do nothing. And I can tell you right now, and I know why it didn't do nothing, because it was too much shade with this right here, up here in the garden. So we're gonna pull this zucchini up so we can have some green for the nitrogen to put in the compost. I saw where you you should just break this off and leave the roots, cut it down at the bottom and leave the roots, but I'm not. See, those roots ain't that deep anyway. And why am I pulling this up? Because even though it's blooming, I'm getting it out of here because I'm fixing to get ready for my fall planting season. And I'm going to put some tomatoes and stuff in here. But I'm going to use this as my source of nitrogen. Okay. Hey, I'm hot. So this is what I've got. I've got a wagon load of stuff I pulled out the garden. Yeah, some of it was blooming, but hey, out with the old, in with the new. So, I mean, it's not producing enough to worry about keeping it. So, what I'm going to do now is take the tractor and I'm going to open that pile up. So, let's go see what we can do. Nitrogen. We're gonna get this pile heated up one way or the other. Huh, Butterfly, you wanna eat it, huh? I see you watching, girl. All right. I don't know if that's gonna be enough nitrogen source. But you gotta remember that I got that load of chicken manure and stuff in here. So, we're gonna see. It's already been close to, it takes anywhere from 24 to 48 hours before a compost will heat up. So, we got time, y'all. We ain't no big hurry. So let's cover this up, try to flip it over, and see if it's gonna heat up. Okay, Todd said, put the bucket on the ground and run into it. That's what he told me to do, so I'm gonna try it. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. I'm trying to make this bucket pick up dirt so we can shovel it and turn this over. didn't tell me nothing, girl? Why you didn't tell me that water hose was running up underneath that tractor? Why you didn't tell me that, Butterfly? You sitting there supervising and watching, seeing what you gonna get, huh? Why you didn't tell me that, girl? And then what'd you do? Call for backup? Willow and everybody came. Willow! Willow! Look, Badger and Daniel over there watching. Everybody wants something. Look at them girls. Butterfly call for backup. Yeah? Listen, we gotta move the water hose. We're gonna wait till the boss gets home that knows how to operate this tractor. Mercy. I got it stirred up some. Not a lot. Butterfly, you think I did a good job? Yeah, y'all did, girls. Y'all did, Willow? Y'all think I did a good job? Hey, I'm tired. I'm burnt out. I've had enough. I give up. I ain't giving up on making this thing hot because I can tell you right, look at her sweating like a mule, babe. But I'm not gonna give up. You saw me put the greens in. I don't know if that's gonna be enough because this compost was, you know, some broken down, some not, but I know it's got enough carbon. I'm working on the nitrogen. You saw me put a big load in. I tried to mix it up. I got a mess, look. Everything's everywhere. Willow! The goats are supervising. Butterfly called for backup. The tractor reared up, and I guess she said we need help over here. But this is how much I got it, so I'm gonna leave it like it is. When Todd gets home, guys, he can scoop this up, pile it up real pretty and neat. And I can't do that right now because I ain't good at the tractor, but I'm working on it. I'm gonna keep working on it and I'll get it. So I'm gonna let you know what tomorrow the temp is on this compost. With that being in here, I'm gonna wet it down real good this afternoon. With the extra green in here, we might cut the grass and put some in. But the only thing about cutting the grass when we put it in, if we put that grass in here, guys, we got to make sure this thing hits 160 degrees to be able to kill the grass seeds to make them sterile. So I told you I was going to tell you about vermicomposting. Let's go take a look at it. Okay, guys. Vermicomposting is different than hot composting because when you're hot composting, you're heating it up above 100 something degrees to break down everything. So vermicomposting is you're using worms and you're feeding them and they're breaking down and pooping and making worm castings. So let's look at my vermicompost pile. So looky. This is probably not looking sharp to you. See all the paper? But that's a good thing. So the worms eat that. And I feed these worms a mixture. Look at the worms. See the worms? So let's pull back this dirt and see what we got. Oh, look at there. Ooh-wee. It's a lot of worms up in there. Yes, I can use this for my gardening, but I've never had a hot compost, and that's what I'm trying. Look at all there. Look at that. That's black gold. Look at that. So if you don't have a worm bin, guys, you need to get a worm bin. Let's look down here at this end. What I usually do is I feed on one end to where I can harvest the castings on the other end. But see, I've got a mixture, a little bit of everything. Look at there. Worms up in there. I really need to separate these worms because I really got too many up in here. But they're moist. And I'm going to go ahead and show you something else. Let me put this back. Okay. You see this right here? Oh, shoot. Can you see that up in there? You see that? I've got an aerator in a 5-gallon bucket. And when the worms, you have to keep them moist. So when I wet them down, I have a hole on this end. So you notice I've kind of got my worm bed tilted up. So when I wet them down to keep it moist, that water drains down into that 5-gallon bucket. And that's how you get your worm tea. That's how I get my worm tea. And I got an aerator in there to add oxygen to it. So it makes it even better. So, guys, we're going to wait and see when Todd comes in what he's going to do to that compost pile. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. God bless. Hey, look. We're almost at, I think it's 14,000. I think that's what we're at. When we hit 15,000, we're going to have a giveaway. So, help us get there. And the best way you can help our channel is by sharing it out. So, I'm pretty sure there's people that want to know how to compost. So, share the video out. We're going to compost together, baby. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. It's always about the truth. The truth shall set you free. Thank y'all. And God bless.